Hi, ho, he, ha, hey, good evening, or should I say good morning, good afternoon, or in some cases, good night and do rest well. From your host, your guy, the one and only and truly DLG repping. And I'm bringing you a roundup of all the Premier League goals from the recent fixtures. Before I get started with that, make sure you smash a thumbs up like button for me, leave positive feedback in my comment section below, that's all that I promote. Your opinions, your views are all welcome in the comment section below. Share this channel all over the world virally, especially amongst your friends and your relatives, and tell them to share it amongst their friends and relatives. Please show the love and appreciation and support. Also, while you're smashing the thumbs up like button, commenting, or you're sharing this channel all over the world, subscribe to DLG Repping, I'm telling you, you won't forget this. I'm nearly on 200 subscribers, and I should be on that by the end of the year. In fact, over 200 subscribers. Plus, on top of that, the aim is for 1,000 subscribers and far and beyond. So get subscribing. Like I always say, if you subscribe to the channel, I'll shout you out, So you do your part by pushing this channel to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to do my part by keeping it consistently going on a daily basis. So let's start off with the Premier League roundup. The early game was at Vicarage Road, which took place between Watford and Liverpool. And for me, the champions of 2 seasons ago, well, they played like champions of last season. You would think they were champions last season, the way they started that game from start to finish. Sadio Mane, Salah, Firmino, 2 seasons ago, I've said that they are the best trio from a cohesive unit point of view in the world of football. And, well, they blew Watford away, tore them to pieces from start to finish. They couldn't get near them. I didn't think Watford could ever put a tackle in. Not one Watford player decided to get his shirt dirty or a bit of mud on it. It was like, as someone said, I think McManaman said it or Jana said it, it was as if they wanted autographs. Gee, you got to laugh at that because that's the performance they put in. And that's Claudio Ranieri's first game. And they put in a performance like that. And Claudio Ranieri said in the post-match interview, it will take time for me to get my message across, etc. Well, you might not have that amount of time to do so because you could end up just getting the sack and setting yourself up to get the sack. So quickly you get the results, the better. Firmino took his goals well and deserved his hat-trick. Salah, best goal of that game, and wow. I still think the one against Man City was slightly better than the one he got on Saturday, but for me, they're equally both good goals, but I prefer the one, I just about prefer the one against Man City by a margin. However, it finished Watford 0, Liverpool 5. Aston Villa v Wolves, what a game at Villa Park. It seems to me Villa were on the front foot at the beginning of the game. Wolves were lethargic. It sounded like Wolves were lost, slow off the mark, and Villa took the lead, deservedly so. And I can't remember the goal score of the first. And then John McGinn, and I think in the second half, he increased the lead to a 2-0 deficit in their favour. And what a strike, although it took a deflection. One thing with John McGinn, he has got a hell of a strike of a left foot. And believe me, you have to keep an eye on that guy. This guy needs to be monitored, when playing against him. Has management picked up with that? Or should I say, has opposition management picked up on that? That I don't know. But one thing I do know is I can say that he's got a good left foot. But credit to Wolves for their character they showed to come back and snatch those 3 points. I'll call that the steal of the day. And it all started with the consolation. Well, I'll say consolation. It was the third goal of the game, and they got it 2-1, and then all of a sudden they got the equaliser. I think Roman Sayers got the equaliser, and then the away end at Villa Park, which is where the Wolves supporters were, they went into pandemonium, and as soon as they got the third goal, you could see the jubilation. And I mean, Bruno Lage, credit to him, he stuck to his principles, stuck to the attacking setup that he implemented, and they got over the line just. I think Aston Villa will be hard done by. I think Emiliano Martinez made some good saves as well, as he's always done. Still one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League for me. Jose Sarr, in the opposite end, he's turning out to be a very good goalkeeper, and I've been impressed with his performances since he signed for Wolves. However, Wolves got the 3 points, and Villa will have to, go back to the drawing board. I don't think they should hang their heads in shame as such, because they had a 2-goal lead and they've blown it. Wolves with the victory. So it finished Aston Villa 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. The next game, Leicester City v Manchester United. You would say the first 10, maybe 15 minutes, Manchester United obviously started on the front foot. And Mason Greenwood, give this guy more than credit. He scored a fine left-footed strike. Kasper Schmeichel was left with no chance at the back stick. And you think Manchester United will go on and run riot. It wasn't to be the case, because Leicester picked themselves up and they got an equaliser that they deserved to get. I think, I know Sionku scored. I'm trying to think who got the first goal. The first goal for Leicester, which was their equaliser. Well, it don't matter. They got the equaliser, and then they went from strength to strength. I think Tillemans got the third goal of the game, which gave Leicester a 2-1 lead. And then Marcus Rashford has come on as a substitute, made an impact. He gets the equaliser, and it's game on from there. Although Leicester never let that affect them, because they soon went up the other end, and Jamie Vardy gets what looks to be the winning goal. But Leicester had other ideas. A set piece comes in, poorly defended by Manchester United, and Patson Daka, he's got enough time and space to slot in Leicester City's fourth, and it was the 6th goal of the game, and it gave Leicester a handsome victory, well, comfortable victory, not handsome as such, and for their contribution towards the game, Leicester deserved the 3 points. As for Manchester United, Ole Solskjaer has answers to questions, and he may still have answers to questions after that this defensive shambolic of a display. And you think of it, Manchester United have some absolutely outstanding individuals, but of lately they've not been playing well as a team, and definitely not been performing individually and as well as a team. However, I'll take nothing away from Leicester. They were the better team. They had players who were on song, and for me, worthy of the 3 points. So it finished Leicester City 4, Manchester United 2. Manchester City versus Burnley. Now, normally Manchester City have scored 5 against them in the last 4 league games. At the Etihad, that's incredibly scary. But with Pep Guardiola at the helm, the football they play is absolutely scintillating. Maybe there's an argument about Man City not being the team that they once were 3, 4 years ago, but they are still devastating. And, Burnley have done well to keep it less than 5, and they even competed a little bit. And I mean, they did compete a little bit, but however, Man City were always on song, and Bernardo Silva um, being their best performer of this season so far. He gets a goal in the first half, and then De Bruyne seals it in the second half with his goal. And well, it's another 3 points for Pep's boys. And as for Sean Dyche, well, he did speak some words of honesty for Manchester City, and he did praise them as well in his post-match interview. I think Pep was reasonably settled and calm in his post-match interview. However, it finished Man City 2, Burnley 0. Norwich City v Brighton over Albion. I think it was a game of 2 halves. I think Brighton were favourites to run this game, but Norwich City, give them credit, they competed from an offensive point of view, and they've had their chances. I think the Brighton goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, had to pull off a couple of good saves. Pukki, on another day, could have or should have got on the score sheet. And then again with the Brighton situation, despite the fact they ain't got a recognised number 9, they still created opportunities for themselves. But nevertheless, it wasn't a game to rush home and go and watch live. So it finished Norwich City 0, Brighton Hove Albion 0. The next game is Southampton versus Leeds United. A game that Southampton had to win, especially if you're going by reports, or according to reports, that Ralph Hasenhüttl was under pressure to keep his job. And I'll tell you what, I think the players that he picked for that game performed well enough to were worthy of keeping their manager in the job, and you could tell they were playing for their manager on this game, and Leeds United were a bit short of their usual standard performance. Knowing them, they like to attack teams, and Marcelo Bielsa will not change the philosophy for nobody in the world. However, it wasn't I don't think they did enough to trouble Southampton, and Southampton got the goal that they deserve. Chelsea loanee Broja, Albanian international who scored during the international break, gets on the score sheet, and it was a neat finish for me. And Southampton held on for the 3 points, and deservedly so. So it finished Southampton 1, Leeds United 0. Last of Saturday's game was Brentford v Chelsea, the late kickoff. Wow, Brentford, I think they were outstanding in the first half. They put Chelsea under the cosh. It was just a fine strike by Ben Chilwell a minute into first half stoppage time, and what a strike on the left foot he had. What I meant was what a strike it was on his left peg. Beauty, top bins. David Raya, no chance. However, Brentford kept going, and I'll tell you what, in the last 20 minutes, or was it the 10 minutes, Eduardo Mendy produced the finest performance since he signed for Chelsea. And my word, the fans and his teammates have a lot to thank him for, because he produced a world-class performance between the sticks, and especially the overhead kick from the Brentford player, and what a one-handed save it was. He even made a save by taking it in the face, and it knocked him cold, but he got back up and produced one of the saves of the season. And that was enough to get Chelsea over the line, but just. However, it finished Brentford 0, Chelsea won. And one more thing, Ivan Toney, how many goals have you scored, and how many games has it been since you last scored? Brentford fans, if you want to leave it in the comment section below, please do. Right, Sunday's game, Everton v West Ham United. Judging by the highlights, I thought West Ham were in control of possession. They were better than Everton in the first half in possession, and they were unlucky not to score a couple of goals. And you could see David Moyes has got his team drilled, and he's got his team passing the ball with belief, with a purpose to attack. And I think West Ham fans have got a lot to thank David Moyes for the improvement in their performances, especially away from home where they're set up to defend well and to produce many honest performances. Everton, on the other hand, equally in the first half, I thought they were equally competitive, or it didn't look like it. But second half, you could see West Ham was still going at Everton, and from a set piece, Ogbonna, an unlikely goal scorer and a goal scoring winner, and a likely winner came from Ogbonna with a set piece. Corner comes in swing, and he gets his head on it. Nice flick. Other than that, I would say that West Ham United deserved the 3 points, and they were on top of the game. So it finished West Ham United 1, Everton 0. Newcastle v Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Into the new reign, the first game for the new owners, Stavely and the other fella, who's in charge of something in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what he does, but I'll tell you what, they could have got to a brighter start in that game. First 2 minutes, Kellen Wilson heads the first goal of their reign, and my word, not only New St James's Park was a carnival atmosphere, but my word, when you hear the roars again and again, my word, it's deafening. It must have been so deafening. However, Tottenham grew into the game, and they got the equaliser they deserved, I suppose. Ndombele, who was criticised for the North London derby defeat, my word, he produced a fine display, and he deserved to get onto the score sheet. And then Tottenham took control over that. Harry Kane, adjudged to be offside, but he was onside, right back playing him on, and got him behind the defence and lobbed the goalkeeper. And then a good Tottenham goal, which was the third. You know, Harry Kane, first time low cross, Heung-min Son doing what he does best, gets on the end of it and gets a goal for the Spurs. In the second half, you can see that Tottenham created opportunities, better in ball possession, although Newcastle had to come out and show some fight at least. And Steve Bruce, being under the pressure that he is on, I think he will remain at the club for a little bit longer, but not all, maybe the whole season, but I doubt it if he will be Newcastle manager for the whole season. However, they get a goal a minute before the 90th minute, although it was an own goal by Eric Dyer, nowhere near him, and he gave Newcastle some false hope. But nevertheless, Spurs hang on to get the 3 points. So it finished Newcastle United 2, Spurs 3. Last game of this recording is Arsenal v Crystal Palace. Now, maybe Arsenal were on the front foot for the first 5-10 minutes. They get the goal, Arsenal. Good bit of play by Nicola Pepe. But other than that, you know what I've said about Nicola Pepe in my player rating. And Aubameyang scores scores at the Emirates for the third league home game in a row. However, despite Arsenal getting that goal, I've said that Palace were much better in ball possession, created the better opportunities in that first half, and they were lucky not to go into an interval at 1-1. However, they came out, got an early goal, and it was no more than what they deserved. Although it was a mistake by Partey, but he was fouled. But the referee played on the advantage. They had the advantage. If you look at the goal itself, it deemed that Partey lost the ball despite getting injured. But he should know, if he's got his back to goal, he should be aware of the danger coming towards him. So he's got to find an Arsenal shirt, which he didn't do before the injury happens or not, I don't know. But it led to pandemonium. Gabriel, for me, he should never have backed off. He should have gone in for the tackle. The worst he can get is a yellow card. Going for the tackle. And the second goal, Albert Sambi Lokonga, poor by him. The way that he lost the ball. He lost concentration. Palace broke. And I'll tell you what, Edouard, great strike. But for me, that should have been avoided. Both goals should have been avoided. And I will say this, Ben White, I can't understand why he was backing off all the way. Just go in goal side and try and win the tackle. Again, the worst you can get is your yellow card. And that's the worst. You may get that yellow card and concede the free kick in a dangerous situation. Granted, but do not back off in that situation. And it just showed that it showed me that it was as if both centre-halves were scared in that situation. Gabriel not only did he back off, but it was the wrong side of Christian Benteke for their equaliser. However, we showed a bit of character to get back to get that equaliser at the death. And I mean, we had to, because dropping 3 points would not have been ideal. However, we got that equaliser, and well, I was not happy with the way that we celebrated that goal, as if we had won the game. No, we just equalised at the death. We need to get that ball back and go for the 3 points somehow, but it wasn't to be. So it finished Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 2. So that's the end of this recording. So ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening and saving the best to last. As I always say, I thank you for putting up with me. Other than that, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, hopefully, with another recording. And watch out for Thursday. I'll be doing my match preview for Arsenal v Aston Villa at the Emirates. And that's the game that I aim to be at, the Terraces. So watch out for that. Other than that, I'm out of here. Before I go, peace again, love again, and bless again, as I always say. So all that is left for me to say is, please just be nice.